So when I started this job, I had $1,000 left to my name. I ended up being homeless with my girlfriend around when I started it, and I've never found my own place by myself before at the time. And I was making enough to pay for a hotel room almost every night and to stay around that $1,000 saved. I would skip a day every so often and tough it out in the car. I've never been in that position before, but within like 3 months of working and doing DoorDash, bringing me to random places, I came across this apartment complex that looked about possibly in the range of places I might be able to get into, which was actually a reasonable place. But I went to the manager's office, like, obviously, and asked them, and it was a little early still. So I waited about a month or two, and then I finally went back and asked them about it again and showed them my work history. And I told them, I was honest with them. I was like, I didn't have enough work history at the time, so I waited to ask you farther, which they did put me into a 1 bedroom with no laundry. So that was kind of a bummer because I have to do my own laundry and work. So when I work 1,070 hours a week, 60 hours a week, I have to go do my laundry. I don't have any help with that. So, I should have switched to a 2 bedroom with laundry, but I never did. I should have, but I never did though. It was a little bit more money, and I had to pay all the bills by myself. I had internet. I had like an air purifier that I would always sleep with because I, I have allergies or something. And I did grow up kind of being a bad kid and smoking weed a little bit, so I just liked the air purifier. It made sense. It removed tons of particles in the air, so there was not that much dust in the actual air. It'd get filtered out. But yeah, I was never cold. I was never too hot. I always made sure it was comfortable. I did live with my girlfriend the whole time too. She was always comfortable. She always had internet. We always had electricity. We always had everything we needed. We had nice soaps and stuff. We had native soap. We had Sensodyne toothpaste, nicer toothpaste. She didn't work, sadly. She never worked for a single day. She lived there. And by the time we got that place, she was out of unemployment money, so she didn't have any money either. Which I tried taking her to get disability. I tried taking her to job interviews. I tried teaching her how to drive my car. I tried helping her, but she just couldn't figure it out, sadly. I probably would have been willing to buy her her own car. And sadly, she wasn't the best teammate. She would stay home and cheat on me and stuff. So we never even went on a single vacation either during this time. In my whole life, I'm 29 years old now. I've been out of work since I haven't been able to work for like 2 years now. Almost 2 years, but I have been struggling because I've never got to go on vacation. I've always had anxiety, so my parents went to like Disneyland and stuff, and they didn't even ask if I wanted to go. They didn't invite me because I would have said no because I struggled with anxiety and I just couldn't figure out life, and I just couldn't figure it out, bro. No matter how hard I tried, they weren't helping me. My family could not help me for some reason, and I couldn't help myself either. So I've never even got to go on vacation. And then finally, when someone outside my house showed up and started talking to me every day for months, calling me and video chatting me. They lived in Canada. It was a girl, but I finally went and got my driver's license one day. I went to therapy and then I started working for the first time in my life in 2019. And I finally started figuring it out a little bit. Finally had somebody looking at me, and she even pretty sure her and her mom seen that I wasn't doing too well, and they actually helped me out, and I was able to take that help and make the choices and suffer a little bit to make proper decisions. And I took that little bit of help and I pushed through as hard as I could to get myself into position to work and be good enough, and I wanted to be good enough to have a girlfriend like this girl I was talking to one day. She had a daughter, and at the time I wasn't good enough. That's all I want in the world, is just to have a wife and children and be normal. So I suffered through all the things I did. Like, even if she would have helped me and I didn't make the choices and suffer, it wouldn't have mattered. I had to suffer even though I had some help. I still take credit. I still am proud of myself that I was strong enough to do what I did and took the little bit of help that I got and went as far as I did. Sadly, I messed up and I didn't get a doorbell camera and house cameras, and my girlfriend invited strangers into the house. And they actually started drugging me. Some lady was sleeping in our bedroom because we had our bedroom out in the living room. We switched it out there not that long ago, or at some point in time, we switched our bedroom to the living room. And my ex-girlfriend ended up admitting to somebody sleeping in the bedroom without me knowing, I guess. And they got drugs to me, and I was barely able to stay awake for like 3 days, terribly sick. I kept bringing her to the shower and having her sit down with me, and I just felt sick, and I had bad luck at the hospitals in my area, so I didn't go right away. I don't know. Plus, they were drugging me, so it's understandable to make mistakes when somebody is drugging you with a drug that's meant to make it to where you can't think properly. So for around 3 days, I was terribly sick, could barely stay awake, kept getting back into bed, just terribly, felt absolute terrible, bro. And then finally I woke up and my whole bed was covered in sweat, drenched from something. And then I went to the hospital. They took my blood and injected me with like clear liquid stuff, and then I fainted, which I kept fainting in that town for some reason every time they took blood. Since I got sick in 2022 and almost died. I think they drugged or poisoned me then too, but they confirmed it at the ending of 2023 when my ex-girlfriend admitted to drugging me and cheating and going on the internet and having video sex with people when I didn't know. But yeah, so they admitted to drugging me, so I think I was being poisoned or drugged in 2022 and I almost died. But anyways, I'm gonna stop ranting now, but yeah, they managed to steal everything from me. She was sleeping with girls and definitely a Mexican man that she admitted to sleeping with her. And then before all this, she told me, I won't go rant any longer and spread rumors and stuff, but they tried to kill me in 2022, and then they did it again in ending of 2023. Made me lose everything, bro. I don't have no family or nothing. That's why my bank looks like this, because I don't have any help. And in the case of emergency, this is my help, bro, and it's all been wrongfully stolen. I would have never made the choices I made or did what I did if somebody wasn't in my house and drugging me against my will. I would have stayed in my apartment. I would have got cameras. I did buy a doorbell camera, and one of the neighbors creeped on the camera. He clearly didn't like the fact that I had a camera, which is one of the reasons why I ended up leaving that place. I put in my 30-day notice and left. I tried leaving Oregon altogether, but I don't want to keep ranting into it, but it's a whole dumb story where it shouldn't even be possible. But yeah, I almost died. I got drugged. I'm a victim of some type of gang violence or group that tried to kill me and wanted my girlfriend because she was known for sharing vagina with everyone. And I'm happy I'm alive. I'm lucky to be alive. Because what type of person even drugs somebody against their knowledge and will? That's scary and it's dangerous, and I'm lucky to even be alive, because someone that does that is not trusted and is a dangerous individual. That is not normal to drug somebody at all. That is not okay. That is not normal. Anyways, that's it for this video.